What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ember from Ember Productions, and today I am back with another commentary video. Today's commentary is going to be over Disney's newest show on Disney Plus, Star Wars Visions. Now, I've watched the first few episodes and decided to give my fresh opinion on it because it came out about a week or two ago, and I don't want to get too spoiler heavy with everything that's going into the show. As I've said in previous episodes, I'm going to try to give it as fair criticism as I can, without spoiling it for people who haven't seen it yet or just don't watch Disney Plus but want to see it. With that being said, I'm going to try to review it as well as I can, for saying what I find good and what I find bad about the show and what can be fixed. And welcome to Ember's Hot Takes. I think to start off the commentary, I think we should look at the most obvious thing, that being the art style of Star Wars Visions. I find it interesting because all the episodes have a different art style from the previous episode. Some are more simplistic and some are more complex depending on which episode you're going for. For the uninitiated, it's kind of like how Halo Legends was, if anybody remembers that DVD disc. Essentially, several different animation styles are being used for each episode to tell a different type of story. Personally, for me, some of the art styles come off as generic but passable, but then there's other ones that are super good. For those of you who have seen the first episodes of Star Wars Visions, you know what I'm talking about, because the duel had an excellent art style. Seriously, it looked like a freaking black and white ink matte painting. It looked really freaking cool. As for most of the other styles, the art style and animation, it's passable, but it's not what I would call spectacular. My main reasoning that this could have happened is that it was probably in the case that the artists were rushed and didn't have enough time to perfect their drawings. So it was most likely a corporate mistake over the mistake of the artists. After getting through the animation and the art styles of Star Wars Visions, I would like to look at the story of Star Wars Visions. As I've said before, Star Wars Visions is very similar to the old Halo Legends DVD, in which that all the stories are their own stories, and they don't belong to like some overarching story. For me, I really like the idea of not having that overarching story, mainly because it allows for different interpretations of the media. I only have two problems with this setup, first being the lack of continuity, and the second being the pacing of the episodes. When it comes to continuity, it's with certain things with the lore that has already been established, which in some episodes, including the duel, have light breaking, such as the lightsaber reflect with the umbrella lightsaber and such, and the sword-based style that they have. And other things such as the giant-ass lightsaber duel out in space in the Twins episode, even though they don't have any breathing masks and can't breathe in space. Certain stories, like Star Wars Visions, can have continuity breaks such as this, but it's been established through all media that certain beings cannot breathe in space. It isn't like Dragon Ball where Frieza can breathe in space, but then no one else can, because of what his race can survive it without an atmosphere. When it comes to pacing, we don't get any time to know who the characters are or why we should care for them. When it came to something like Halo Legends, we had about 30 minutes per episode if I remember correctly. And in those times, we usually had time to know what was wrong with the character and what they were having to overcome. In Halo Legends, we get to see what happened to a character like Ghost, and where he had lost his team, and it had basically broken him emotionally, and he got to the point where he refused to lose anybody else, so he was willing to die for his team and use the prototype as the detonation switch for it. In Star Wars Visions, we don't have enough time in the episode to develop that relationship with the characters. So a basic fix with this would be to have longer episodes that are longer than 15 minutes, maybe to 30 minutes, with not rushing the artists for this, and be able to release episodes that are long enough that we could actually get a bond with these characters. The last thing on the list for me would probably be the voice acting. While I don't know who is voicing behind it, most of the time the voices sound fitting, it's just they don't have the direction. Also, some of the lines, especially in the English in like the Twins episode, sound really stereotypical for the scenario. My best fix for this would probably be to have the actors train with the scenario to try to practice how it would sound and do multiple takes on how they think it should go. Overall, I think the show is a good concept. It's just the show needs a bit more fine-tuning in the parts for voice acting, story, and the animation for most of it. Overall, I think it could be a salvageable project over time. But hey, that's just my opinion. If you don't agree, leave a comment. If you do agree, leave a comment because I'm interested to hear your opinion. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. and bye-bye!